Hi.
Hello, I'm Ella, and I'm new in town. I'm your new mail dear. I'm your first mail dear? My job is to carry letters back and forth between people who need cheering up, which is only everybody, because everybody gets sad or scared. I'm even a little nervous about my new job here. I don't suppose you'd write me an encouraging note, please? Then I'd deliver it to myself and feel better at my job. Yo, dear gal, I think you should feel pretty confident and happy with your situation. I mean, you're talking dear with a hat on, a cute hat on. Could be so much worse. You could be sausage. I literally ate sausage. Ate deer sausage. Last week. This is a true story. So think about that. What a kind letter, thank you. Before I register you with the post office, I need to make a couple things super clear. Kind Words is full of real people talking about real problems. This is not a place for mean jokes, bullying, or flippant responses. Also, this isn't a place to meet people. Don't share any identifying details or links. I do what I can to keep this a safe, caring place, but I'm only one dear. You may run into a jerk or some bad advice. Please report them. If you're ready to be kind and receive kindness in return, please sign here. My name is Mouthwash. Nice to meet you, Mouthwash. Give me a second to register you with the post office. This is going to take a while. I know by experience how the post office operates. We'll probably be here for the next 3 hours. Yes, indeed, this tracks well with the postal record of taking forever to process your letters. Maybe send them to Iceland instead of to the next town over. This is exactly what you can expect when you walk into a post office. Also, very likely you'll get a literal deer with a hat on instead of an actual clerk. This is 100% in compliance with postal regulations. Also in compliance with postal regulations is the ability to just doze off while you're waiting in line at the post office. They actually set up a bunch of cots all along the walls so that you can simply have a nap while you wait for your turn. It's very common to walk into the post office and never return, at least for a couple weeks. After you've gone through that ordeal of standing at the post office, waiting at the post office, laying down at the post office, meeting somebody at the post office, having a menial conversation about stamps, and perhaps whatever you bought at the deli that morning. Did you buy shaved ham? Did you buy perhaps some feta cheese? Or maybe a pre-made sandwich with lettuce and mayonnaise? Perhaps you struck conversation with the lettuce dealer, or maybe the cheese vendor was feeling glum that day, and you shared a kind word with them. Oh no, the post office is on fire. This is also a very common situation in the post office. Internal server error. After a harrowing post-apocalyptic ordeal at the post office, we have arrived at the room in which all kindness shall take place. Let's get started. I'm the nonchalant, emotionless, robotic at work P. Thank you to everyone who gave me advice on being open and expressive at my workplace. You're the best. This is not a request at all. My friend and I are fighting. I know I'm committed to working through it, but I don't know if she cares enough to put in the effort. You're going to write your first letter. How exciting! Remember, you can't solve everyone's problems, but you can always let people know you hear them and they are not alone. Oh, and while people can't reply to your letter, they can thank you with a sticker. My friend and I are fighting, and I'm committed to working through it, but I don't know if she cares enough to put in the effort. My good person. It is likely he or she feels the same way. Just be open and honest. It's no guarantee that it will work out. But what truly matters is for you not to harbor any regrets in your breast. And for you to be able to look back and not feel like you could have done something to solve. I don't like this. And look back and not... I already said the regret. To look back and not feel like you left something unsaid. Good luck, friend. Here you go, a coffee mug. Coffee mug. Are you sure you want to send this letter? Absolutely. Thank you for taking the time to think about a stranger. I'll rush this right over. You can count on me to deliver this letter, but also, can I share something with you? It's not officially part of my job, but I can't help it. I've got this hobby, can I tell you? I think you'll dig it. I've been making mixtapes, one song at a time. I discovered Lift You Along by Clark About yesterday, and it's so chill. I hope you like it. Don't forget you can click on the radio to change the music. I'll be back with another song tomorrow. Wonderful. Amazing. Let's go back. Oh man, I can decorate my desk. Let's put a coffee mug right there. Oh yeah. Let's put that mug. This is excellent. Now I'll have a nice, delicious cup of coffee while I continue spreading kindness. It seems a random thought has come our way. You're like a meteorite. Go and make an impact upon this world in a glorious blaze. I hope this is not a call for terrorism. Let's send our thought of our own. Say nice things to everybody. It's time to shout out from the rooftops. Write on a paper airplane and send it flying through everyone's rooms. Tell everyone they are beautiful. Yell out your thanks. Inspire us all. Of all the things that could be written in a virtual airplane, paper airplane, this is one of them. Richard Nixon. Let's brighten up somebody else's day with a famous quote by a perhaps wrongfully maligned president. Vote Richard Nixon today. Your good vibes are not flying through the air for everyone to catch. Let's dole out some other wonderful advice to other troubled people. You already dealt with this trouble. My dad committed suicide almost a decade ago. We never had a good relationship. He was abusive, but I still regret not getting to know him as a person. Maybe it would have helped if he got to talk about himself and share his thoughts. This is way too heavy, I'm sorry, but I cannot help you. Striving to become financially free. Every time I get ahead, something kicks me backwards. Sometimes it's just hard to keep getting back up. This is far too complicated to resolve in a single missive. Let's move on to the next one. I need a new hobby. I've had a bit of a gaming problem for some years now. Sunk more money into this habit than I'm willing to admit, more time than I'm comfortable with. Any suggestions? My good person. My good person. It seems you are relying on a video game to solve your video game problem. Perhaps... Nah, this is too snarky. Let me go back. For many people, it's easy to blurt out a solution. Just turn off the computer. But if you're like me, this is no solution at all. Because temptation is strong. Oh no, something went wrong. Internal server error. It's okay, we're still around. The world has not collapsed. Temptation is strong, and the flesh is weak. There is no hard and fast solution to curbing temptation. I have tried many times. And I always go back to bad habits. My only advice would be to find someone you trust and give them control over this problem. If you can't keep yourself accountable, maybe someone... Oh, I can't write anymore. Let's delete some manys. Times. Let's delete this. Maybe someone else can. There you go. Perhaps this will help. At the very least, there will be a little bit of commiseration. Thank you for taking the time to think about a stranger. I rush you right over. You counted me to deliver this letter. Oh no, man, you keep exploding with horrendous errors. Dealing with severe depression is lonely and exhausting. What are some of the little things that bring a small spark back into your day? It's way too heavy, friend. After a couple busy weekends, I'm giving myself an easy one right now. But with all the things I want to change in my life, I know I'm going to regret getting nothing done come Monday morning. How do I get back the energy to get things done? My good person, this is a struggle I can very much sympathize with. Sympathize. Is that S and an? I think that's this British spelling. This is the American spelling. Sympathize with. Every day. Every day. Upon going to bed, I ask myself, what good have I done today? If there is no satisfying answer, it is truly depressing. You must always have in mind, every day is a struggle. This is too general. Let me be a little more specific. It helps to pull back and look at the general picture. Maybe today you were a useless Luddite. That's not a thing. That's not a word that means what I think it means. A useless... there's a word for it. Not the bodge piece of garbage. That is not the... How about a useless piece of garbage? But in the context But how about the week? How about the month? How about the month? If you're still making progress in general, maybe it's okay to cut yourself just a bit of slack now and then. Just as long you keep driving, keep up the drive to improve. Improve. There you go. We're going to give everybody a beautiful coffee mug. Everybody gets a mug. Send that message. Everybody gets a little bit of respite and count me to deliver this letter. Oh man, wonderful. Another person has been calmed down from their troubles. I'm crushing hard on a redhead artsy girl who lives overseas. Same age as me. We chat from time to time, and she loves to draw silly cartoons. I've tripled my efforts to draw back, and we send each other replies every few days. Will she catch on how I feel? Giving negative advice, is that something I should do when I am just trying to be helpful? Because my good friend Tyrone, I don't think you should put so much of yourself into this relationship. And this is coming from somebody that did do that and ended up marrying somebody that was on the other side of the country. My good person. This is from someone who put just as much energy into a long distance relationship and ended up happily married to this day. Let's say 15 years later. It's only been 14 come this December, but he doesn't need to know the details. This relationship is an enormous, mostly unlikely long shot. Will she catch on how I feel? This is... I kind of not answering the question that he is asking. Enormously unlikely long shot. But I think this is the more important bit of feedback, because while Tyrone really wants to let this girl know that he feels very strongly about this redhead. A little shallow there with the... I mean, that's the first thing you mentioned. Perhaps that's not the most deep of connections. But that's perhaps the first hint to start saying, hey, maybe cool it a little bit. Normally unlikely long shot. While I'm not going to tell you to stop pursuing it, because it could work out beautifully, please keep yourself ready to deal with rejection and disappointment. That being said, wish you the best luck. And above all, don't rush it. Long distance is very much about the long haul. Let's delete these comments so I can fit that one, maybe. Long haul. I don't know if this is a very kind message, but I think it's a realistic message that hopes to perhaps help in the general sense of things. It's not truly answering this question, but I think I'm okay with giving this message. Here you go, my good person. Yes, I think I'm ready. I'm ready to give this advice to this stranger. Perhaps not so bad. Let's go back. See how many other paper planes have arrived. Thanks for the love. Greetings from Sweden. You're welcome, Swedish person. I'm only trying to spread kindness all over the world. People from Sweden. Is it pretty cold right now? I wish you warm nights and warmer dreams. Keep cool, fellas. Folding paper and preparing for takeoff. Oh, excellent. All those Swedish people shall receive my love. What are some simple, fun, and relaxing things you can do in the forest? My good person. I personally find going to a secluded area and masturbating. Secluded area and simply laying down and taking in the fresh air and the quiet noises of nature always bring about the warmest and most wondrous feeling of all. I don't really feel like I need to do anything or say anything in those moments. I only want to enjoy being. You know what I mean? Always with a coffee mug. It's very important. Another question answered. Another person that has received a wondrous bit of kindness. Next week will be my last week at my current job, and I'm planning on taking a few weeks off before job hunting again. Does anyone have any easy cooking recipes I could try, or fun activities I could try as well? Thank you for your time. I really don't. I feel guilty about the little pleasures of daily life and about unplugging from the news cycle occasionally while so many people are suffering and the world seems to be headed in such a bad direction. My good person. It's so easy to see the ugly in the world today with constant news spewing, being spewed at us from phones and computers. Try to take a step back and look at the historical context of our existence. Life 500 years or 100 years ago was so much worse. So while humanity is a chaotic mess of nonsense, it only gets better. So it's not so bad if you disconnect. Simply enjoy life for a while. Being kind to those around you is the best you can do to be part of that positive trend. My good friend Bozo, I hope that you enjoy this little bit of perspective, and that way you will not have to focus so much on the day-to-day struggles, because it truly doesn't matter as long as you're kind to those around you and you improve your local environment. What's the point in worrying over things you cannot change? The amount of power that you have is secluded to your immediate environment. I'm queer and an atheist, but my family is Christian. They all know and they tell me they love me, but it's hard for me to forget that they align themselves with an organization that believes some really disgusting things about people like me. This is very heavy. This is pretty hard, Robert, to give you some deep advice off the cuff. I'm going to try though, because this is a pretty good and current question. My good person. So often in my life, I've been surprised by the behavior of those who claim a certain ideology, both for good and for bad. It's important not to focus on the group, but on the individual. As individuals, we take the good values of belief systems, ignore the negative ones. And as such, this is a little too professorial. Let me change it a little bit. As individuals, we take the good values of belief systems and ignore the negative ones. And so, all you need to concern yourself with is your personal interactions with those people. This, I feel, is a little too vague. It's a little too high level. It doesn't connect enough with this question. Hard for me to forget that they align themselves with an organization that believes some really disgusting things about people like me. Every belief system indulges, harbors abhorrent adherents. It's all about the personal interactions. I don't feel very happy with this, but I think this is as good as it gets. And for the time being, have a coffee mug, and hopefully it will be a little bit more palatable, the things that I am saying to you. Perhaps, hopefully the message comes through in the sense of, I'm trying to tell you there's good Christians and there's bad Christians and everything in between. And there's not so much about the label. That I should have included that. Don't focus so much on labels, just focus on people. The cage that I found myself in is my home and my mind, and I don't know how to handle it. I don't know. I just want to be loved and have some of my feelings back. I want to depend on people and have real friends. But on the other hand, I'm frightened too. My dear Teresa, this is too vague to give a reply to. I'm going to try though. The cage that I found myself in is my home and my mind, and I don't know how to handle it. Oh no, I just want to be loved and have some of my feelings back. I want to depend on people and have real friends. But on the other hand, I'm frightened too. You're a good person. Opening up like this. Things will be okay. As long you are sincere, you are kind and honest with the people close to you. Your fear is justified in the sense that honesty leaves us vulnerable. But there is no sense in living in fear for what might go wrong. This is very vague, but you can't. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. There's no sense in living in fear what might go wrong. You will never have what you want if you don't go out and try to attain it. Good luck. Good luck with this coffee. It's brewed especially for you. Let's do one more, and I will be satisfied with the kindness I have spread today. I'm in love with a person I see every day at work. We're close and have a lot of fun together. However, she doesn't want to have a romantic relationship with me. I am in the process of moving on, but I do not want to lose her friendship. This seems like a pretty easy for Edward. Dear good person, you will only lose her friendship if you push the issue. Value what you have and don't try to make it more than what it is. If it might be painful to have your feelings requited, but if you value that friendship, you need to move past those feelings and simply let be. Whatever you do, focus on the positive influence this person is in your life. This is too bad. Focus on this person being a positive influence instead of longing for what you do not have. Don't feel like you're in the friend zone, like you've been tossed into the friend zone. Be happy you have a friend. I hope that you enjoy this nice, delicious cup of kind coffee. And Godspeed, Edward. Relationships at work, though, I would not recommend them. I would not recommend them at all. They really should not be happening unless it's some kind of weird, preternatural connection that you have with somebody. But for the time being, someone thinks they're thanks for the letter you wrote. Another blobfish sticker. Amazing. Do I have now a blobfish sticker? I don't see it. I don't see it anywhere. Inbox. Oh, what's this? Welcome to Kind Words. We didn't want your inbox to start empty. Is there any more mail? I have no other mail. Okay. Well, I have spread enough kindness for today. Perhaps tomorrow I will feel like some more kindness needs to be spread out. As a parting word, I will give you this thought. What will you do with 200 cats? Think about it. Farewell, my friends, and spread kindness around the world.